Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
You're muted. Shut up. Hi, I'm your host, Jay Fry. I already said all this, but I was muted. Welcome to Anecdotally. We're hungover from, the thing. With me, as per usual, is Sean. How's it going, Sean?
It is going. And it is Monday.
I forgot we have music. It's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday.
And Garrett, how's it going?
Yeah. Election, day 7. The supplies are running low.
Yeah.
I'm almost out of ammo. Those two aren't correlated. I'm almost out of ammo.
They'll say we'll have some fun if it stops raining. That's it's a camp song. Hello, mother. But yeah, we are in the shit. We are in the thick of it. We've got approximately 1 month and 3 days left of this bullshit until it's actually presumptive nominee is declared the actual nominee. But we'll see where that goes. There's claims that PA has been taken down from Trump. There's claims it hasn't been it's been taken away from Biden.
It was never called.
And that it hasn't.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
guys?
but it was given to them. Hey.
I almost forgot this was a thing.
You almost forgot to big time us, or you almost forgot to show up?
I don't know if it's the week for big timing, is it?
No.
I didn't think so.
Well, they're currently big time at Trump right now, like a son of a bitch.
But what else is new?
Yeah.
I saw Arizona got uncalled. That's kind of funny.
Saw Arizona got what?
Uncalled.
It all depends on where you're watching, because Fox did call Arizona, with like 12% reporting or whatever. Fuck Fox News, by the way.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
But did they?
They called it when the polls were still open.
They changed. The
polls here were still open. I don't even think they had closed yet. And even if they had closed, there's like 2-hour lines. And everybody who's in line gets to vote. So they were nowhere near done voting when they called it, when Fox News called it. It was a demoralization attempt and an attempt to get in front of the story. That's why it was Fox News that called it. Couldn't have been anybody else. Everybody would have said, yeah, what the fuck do you know? But because it was Fox, and it's supposedly a conservative state, and it mostly is, it just ended up being, a bunch of happy-ass horse shit. The problem we have is that our most populous county, Maricopa County, has Democratic county-level officials, and the piece-of-shit county recorder
Still waiting for the
is...
damn oven to warm up. It's at 300 degrees.
Well, anyway, we can talk about something else since you're not listening.
It's not that I'm not listening. I'm trying to.
And that's how a bill becomes a law.
I'm just a bill.
Sitting home, capital
Hill. Yeah. Yeah, but the same thing happened with Virginia. It polls close, instantly went to Biden, and that's because Virginia is going to be one of those really soonly going to be a contested state. There's 3 big cities and they're overwhelmingly Democrat, but if it wasn't for the governor of Virginia removing 60,000 felons um, nonviolent offenders. That's what they were. Sorry, not felons. Nonviolent offenders. Giving them early release to vote. They only won Virginia by 70,000 votes last time, and it was even closer this time, wasn't it?
Well, and Virginia is an oddball case because it houses all the people that work in D.C. For the most
But
part.
it also houses a lot of military.
Yeah, but I'm sure that it's more about all like the lobbyists and the grifters and the shit like that, you know, contractors and shit. That civilian,
speaking of the
civilian workforce that knows where their bread is buttered.
The military contractor. Yeah, the military contractors are the whole reason that the stock market's up right now. They're thinking they're about to come into their shit. To me personally, I always expected there to be bullshit at this time. I expected the early calls. I expected them to claim that Biden won.
Well, okay, so, I mean, it's not a shocker when they call California for Biden the second the polls close. That doesn't shock anybody. But they called Arizona really fast, the wrong way, probably. That still remains to be seen. But Trump was ahead by like 14 points in Georgia, and they refused to call it. It's still not called.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because Georgia's a place they can steal.
Well, I mean, yeah, after the 18 non-election of Stacey Abrams, you better believe me that they ramped up their fraud efforts in that state.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be fools not to. I mean, it's one of those things that you got to look at this, and if you're playing for all the marbles, you're playing for all the marbles, and cheating is expected. It's not proper, and you still need to make sure you cover your ass. But if you're not cheating, you're not really in the game.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
Pretty much. I mean, you need to bend those rules to the very point where they start to splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're not trying. And that's kind of where we're at with this whole thing. And the problem is they had to go so hard that they probably fucked themselves. I'm hoping they fucked themselves.
I've seen infographics and I've seen actual counts. There are places with over 100% voter turnout.
Which isn't shocking, and a lot of these places probably have, you know, same-day voter registration, so it doesn't mean a damn thing. That's not gonna go anywhere.
Not in Michigan, not in Wisconsin.
They don't?
Not in Pennsylvania. No.
I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania has same-day voter registration. Pretty sure that's a thing in Pennsylvania. I know it is in Ohio, but Ohio doesn't matter.
Ohio, yeah.
I'm more
Michigan, 30 days before the election.
Okay. Yeah, it was October 20th for us here in Arizona. So, I mean, if there's over 100% in Arizona, we've got issues. I don't think we're...
Well, in Nevada, they're claiming they're over 100% as people moving. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. You have to be 6 months in your location. That's the whole reason for absentee ballots.
One of them, yeah.
Well, that's the original reason.
Well, I think military.
Let's not forget.
Military was the original reason.
Well, those are military ballots. Those aren't absentee ballots. There's something about absentee ballots can't leave the country while military ballots can.
Oh, that might be a thing. Well, no, that can't be a thing because absentee ballots are for people who are overseas.
I think there's a different classification for them.
Not sure how that works. Maybe they can't. Maybe you have to go to the embassy. Like my father-in-law, he's from Brazil. So when he votes in the Brazilian election, he has to go to the consulate or embassy to vote. Maybe it's the same for us. I don't know.
Possibility. Because if you put mail on a military aircraft and it flies to a military base, it is then transported in a sealed attaché to the embassy. It's never left American soil.
Yeah, if you're playing by,
Technically.
yeah, I was gonna say by legality and make believe, you're absolutely right. But you know, that's something we've all agreed to, I guess.
If someone can help me with this, I was told this by John Schneider, whom I love. But the reason no one's at 100% in their votes right now is because they still haven't counted the military ballots. Is that true, or can anybody back that up with something more than John Schneider told me?
I cannot.
Stacey Abrams can suck a DNC Twinkie without opening her mouth. Her teeth can still be stuck together. And
That's how she gets the cream. She just pushes it into the gap.
Yeah, so let's see what we have for as far as news for the day.
I'm sure there's not much.
Here's how Biden's your president. Yarda yarda. 6 reasons why Biden won the election.
Yeah, that's what it's mostly going to be.
I mean, Alex Trebek dying barely cracked the news cycle. And everybody loves that guy.
Mark Esper fired as Pentagon chief after contradicting Trump. Yep. Biden beat Trump by less than 276,000 votes in key swing states. Ivy Blue Carter narrates Hair Love audiobook. Okay. Cuomo says it's bad news that Pfizer coronavirus vaccine progress came during Trump administration. You're just going to keep killing people, aren't you?
Yeah, they want to.
Keep killing people, Cuomo.
That's why Biden has basically said, "Oh, you got a plan. We're going to fix this," but he won't tell anybody what it is because he's not in office. I'm like, what kind of fucking psychopath do you have to be that if you have a way to fix this problem that you don't share it?
CNN's Jake Tapper condemned as smug and repellent for tweets about Trump supporters. Yeah, I agreed.
He's trying to dethrone Don Lemon as the worst person on TV.
Worst journalist of the year, Don Lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Biden wants to see mask mandated in all 50 states, even the ones that don't require them. Cindy McCain says she's grateful Biden and Harris are working on COVID-19 task force. Biden names Trump's fired Surgeon General as head of his COVID-19 task force. Biden forges ahead with transition as Trump administration holds up resources. What resources would Biden need for a transition team?
Supposedly he's supposed to be getting the security briefings, but it's not official, so they don't legally have to provide those yet. And that's what they're bitching about. They need to move forward with as much speed and momentum as they can to quote unquote legitimize the AP's call that he's the president-elect. Even though that's not decided yet. People are talking like it is. People are celebrating like it is. Therefore, he's due all of this stuff to, continue to legitimize it, even though it's not done yet, in order so that if it gets reversed, there's even more uproar.
Yeah, that's it. Pence on 2020 race. It ain't over till it's over, and it ain't over. Noah Cyrus hangs braless to sell your dead spirits. So that is, for some reason, in my fucking news cycle. Aubrey O'Day brands Donald Trump Jr.'s girlfriend as COVID Kimberly. Who the fuck is Aubrey O'Day?
Somebody less famous than Kimberly Guilfoyle?
Clearly, I know who Kimberly Guilfoyle is. Supreme Court declines to hear case challenging unlimited super PAC fundraising. I don't like that.
That's John Roberts.
Washington Post. This is how much trouble Republicans are in. Nancy Pelosi House Dems need to do some self-reflection, says GOP Congresswoman-elect. Hakeem Jeffries wants Democrats to take a deep breath. He's one of those guys pushing for the booting of Pelosi, and that could be a very big deal if she gets the kick as no longer being Speaker of the House. Could you imagine an AOC speakership? Oh my god, that'd be great.
No, I cannot. Number one, they're not that. Collectively, they're not that stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my question would be is who would be the speaker for not Nancy? Would it be Nadler? Would it be Maxine Waters? Would it be Adam Schiff? Can you imagine Adam Schiff as the Speaker of the House?
No, but I can imagine AOC.
I mean, it would
This
be
isn't like
comedy
this
gold.
isn't like yeah. This isn't like making her step down and the next person in line gets it. You have to vote on it.
Well, the reason that we all knew that Nancy was going to be Speaker of the House is because she was the one that they all pre-agreed on, and the vote is a formality. You don't even attempt a replacement until you know who the replacement's going to be for sure.
Somebody boot Swampy.
Apparently, there's a hurricane in Louisiana right now.
Yet another
How's that
one.
different
Well,
from most months?
Yeah. Well, right now it's in Florida. It's making its way, I think, towards it, right?
And it's just a tropical storm, from my understanding.
Oh.
Oh,
That means I
fuck
don't get a day off of
CNN.
work.
CNN headline: Misinformed through social media, Trump supporters take to the streets to challenge election results.
I mean, that could easily be said that misinformed by the media. Democrats preemptively announced Joe Biden is the president-elect.
Utah governor declares emergency, issue mask mandate. I guess he's talking to Biden. Supreme Court to consider constitutionality of Obamacare. Fuck it. That was enough media for me. That's I got the news done. We're good to go. Let's fucking talk about Firefly or some shit.
I've been watching a bunch of sci-fi. I don't know. It's YouTube videos that are on sci-fi, like ships and premises and shows and stuff like that. Firefly got exactly no mentions, which is interesting.
I watched one. It was just like it was a size comparison to different spacecrafts in sci-fi.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, go ahead
And
and
it's
mute
like,
me real quick.
I can't.
we can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I can't mute
Well,
just you.
No. Well, it's going to get noisy for a second or two.
Why don't you mute yourself?
Mute yourself.
My phone is at my desk.
Swampy, I'm gonna ask this once. Are you at your desk?
No. Obviously, if I was at my desk, I would mute myself.
So we got it's stand back and stand by. He never said stand down, which they keep quoting him as saying, which is like the opposite of what you're trying to do to affect Trump with bullshit quotes. But of course, Biden campaign to the day of the goddamn election kept saying good people on both sides. That irks me to no end.
Yeah, well, dude, when you're, like I said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. If you're not bending the rules till they splinter, you're not trying. That's exactly what that shit is. And
it only works in one direction.
It only works in one direction because One Direction are the only ones that want to believe nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be ignorant. They want to believe the lies.
Mm-hmm.
And when you show them that it's not a lie, they reject and attack you for breaking their narrative, for breaking their worldview.
And I personally agree with my side on this because it's my side. My side's right because I'm on it. It is important that Mike Hawk got his account deleted. He's on a new account now. That means if we go back, I've got no dislikes on any of my videos except this one. But if we have to be on the up and up, and you should be on the up and up. If Trump is as completely awful bag of shit as you're claiming that he is, then there's no need to lie about what he's doing because he really is that bad. But he's not, so you have to lie about it.
Well, his problem is
like,
that he's not a very good orator. He don't speak words too good. Even though he has the biggest words, the biggest, the best, phenomenal. He's just not a good orator. You know, that's they tried to do the same thing to Reagan, but Reagan could talk circles around them. Trump cannot.
Yeah. I fucked up like my everything just trying to press F for Mike here. Like I ended up pressing Control F and my screen went fucking gigantic and then I lost the chat.
Yeah. Control F is full screen.
Nice.
Full screen.
Yeah. So it's F11. But yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of building steel men. But nor am I a fan of straw manning. But I just play it straight and like I can appreciate things that Obama did. I can appreciate things that Clinton did. I can appreciate things that in 2016 to 2020, nothing good happened to half the voting country.
Yeah, except four historic peace agreements. The complete neutering of North Koreans' missile test program, trade, jobs. The only bad thing that really happened, and I'm ever more certain it was planned because we have people in the know saying that it was coming. We just didn't know. They just quote unquote didn't know when, but a pandemic was coming, according to Fauci back in like 2014. So the only bad thing that happened is COVID, and that got overblown on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of good things happened, and that's what really upset them. I just, I don't understand how the media thinks that they're aristocracy and are in league with the establishment. They don't, the gains they can get for being that aren't permanent and aren't lucrative enough to warrant what they've done. So they must be true believers, which boggles my mind. They're exposed to the truth and choose to not report it and then twist it to be something completely different. And it boggles my mind.
CNN updated their map. Yeah.
How'd they update it?
I haven't checked Real Clear Politics, but I'm on CNN right now. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania have gone from full Biden to likely Biden. Arizona is now grayed out as processing results. Georgia, North Carolina are processing results, and so is
Okay, I'm on real clear politics. Arizona's still not called. Pennsylvania not called. North Carolina not called. Don't know why. Georgia not called. But they still have Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan as blue.
full blue or striped blue? Is
Full blue. Full blue. Although the count is 259 to 214.
I've got 279 to 214.
That's odd. Yeah, because Real Clear Politics does not have a 270 result for Biden.
So yeah, they have taken it back a bit. How convenient. Also, Arizona has Biden up by 15,000 votes.
That's fallen. That's fallen quite a bit. And I'm wondering if we apply the Fleckus shenanigans to Arizona, what that ends up looking like.
Yeah, you pretty much Michigan killed off their 99 plus voting contingency with throwing COVID carriers into nursing homes. So good luck.
No, Black Magic.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I said no, we are not. They haven't been for 2 years, if not more. They might still have Hannity and they might still have Tucker, but they have not been right wing for a very long time.
Since they lost to O'Reilly. And it wasn't really the O'Reilly thing that did him in. It was the Roger Ailes that did him in.
I was going to say, I think it was the Ailes thing more than O'Reilly.
Well, I'm saying that's the time frame.
Yeah.
Ailes and O'Reilly went at the same time.
They still have not called Alaska.
Maybe there's a Yeti attack.
Well, what's interesting is that, again, they call blue states immediately. Like, if it's even a whiff of blue, they'll call it. Like they called Arizona. But they won't call Alaska. Not that it matters that much. I mean, it's only 3 electoral votes. But they won't call it even though he's got 2/3 of the vote.
Yeah. It's shenanigans are afoot,
Yes,
my
they are.
friends.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. But Georgia has less than 15,000 votes separating them. Like,
Which is horseshit.
it's yeah.
That's that Stacey Abrams voter fraud organization at work.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina should have Trump up, don't they?
Let's see. Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire. Next page. Fucking CNN. What's your problem?
Yeah,
Wisconsin, Virginia.
Trump is
Texas.
up by more than a full point. So 1.4. 1.4.
I got
Trump is up.
0.3. I got 1.3.
I got 1.4 because it's Trump 50.1 to Biden 48.7.
I got Trump at 50, Biden at 48.7.
Okay, well, Real Clear Politics has a 0.1 for Trump. And 97% called. Pennsylvania has Trump down 0.7 with 97% called. Yeah. Georgia is razor thin, 99% called. Biden 49.5 to Trump's 49.3.
Yeah.
Like
But again,
legally speaking, there should be a whole lot of recounting going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, recounts aren't going to do it. It needs to be recounted and audited.
Yeah, it needs an audit. A straight recount's not going to help. As a matter of fact, they'll probably find even more Biden votes in a recount because they won't have any sort of security measures in it. And they're like, oh, look at this box. Where did this come from? And then it'll be all Biden.
Yeah. And it'll be just Biden. No, I don't care about caps lock on my page because I actually talk to the audience. However, when I first started as a moderator on episode 2 of the Beauty and the Beta, they were talking with the audience, and caps lock was just Senpai noticed me, and I'm like, go fuck yourself, you annoying little bastards. And then it became overwhelming with the emojis and the caps lock, and I'm like, listen, super chat if you want to get your point across, really. And now they're so large, 3 years later, nearly 2 years anyway, that it's
been 4
caps lock.
4.
Has it been 4 years? Jesus Christ.
4.5.
Oh yeah, because they were talking about the election, and I had to talk fucking blonde into voting for Trump in the first place. Give that bitch an earful. Where is she? Kick her ass.
I told her she's welcome anytime. I just don't have the means to get her the link. That's all you.
Send her a link to my dick, bitch. She pissed me off with her bullshit yesterday, with her flip flopping girl naughty parts. I want to punch her in her fucking ovary. Her next is gonna come out crooked. This is why women shouldn't vote unless they vote along with their husbands, who are correct. Yeah, apparently I'm
well,
not great
apparently
at that.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, not at this point, because the only group that moved in favor of Biden by any significant amount was 5% of white males moved to Biden.
Let's talk about that for a second. 30 plus points across the board. Blacks, Orthodox Jews, Latinos got 35%, gays gave 30%. Now gays are less than 5% of the population, but 30% of that is like
I think
a point in France and San Francisco.
I think gays are about 10% of the total population.
No, they're 4% at best.
No, I'm pretty sure they're like 10. 5%. There's like just about as many fagaloons as there are black folk in the country.
That's 14%. You've now given them an extra.
No,
you're now giving them 10% more.
I think that they're about 10% of the total population, and I'm counting gays and lesbians. Well,
I was counting gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and trannies, as well as everybody with their gender bullshit at 4%.
Transgender is not a sexuality, so I don't count them. One of these things.
One of these things is not. Yep.
Yeah, it is the most oddball coalition I've ever seen.
No, it's 4%. I looked it up really recently, and I was able to find one that had 5% because Spencer put out a post the other day that said he's part of the 5%, and I posted on him that 5% of the country is gay. Like, this 5%, you freaking gay, with your penis in the butts of other men. No, he Spencer's such a piece of shit. He tried to dick like everyone's wife. He's that's how awesome trad that freaking guy. Holy crap! The F word just wants to fly out of my mouth right now talking about Richard Spencer.
Is Neo live? Neo's not live, is he?
No,
Let's
I
just
would
see
have
if
gotten
he
an
was-
alert.
He just sent me a
No.
meme.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He's too busy still
he's a
masturbating
big
to
timer.
his Sargon live stream.
Dude, I was impressed that
What, he
he
did a
that he
stream
got
with
asked to
Sargon?
do Sargon. Yeah, he did his Sargon.
He handled it really well.
Nice.
Yeah, he did very good.
Dude, Sargon's been on, in his chat the last couple of live streams, and it's just everybody trying to jerk Sargon off. And it's like, Neo, you need to give me a wrench so I can ban everybody. Or you can give it to Sean, and he can put Sargon in timeout for caps lock. 'Cause that's what Sean does to big time people on a platform that he has moderation control over.
I think that's why Matt is still not real keen on me all around.
I tried to take the bullet for that one.
No reason to take the bullet.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm lovable. I can take a couple bullets.
You're lovable to blonde. Don't get it confused.
I wasn't invited to Blonde's wedding, but she did. She didn't have a lot of friends on Twitter that were female back in the day, so I did have to pretend to give a shit about her fucking engagement ring, which I learned way too much about, and how many carats it was, and the dolphin inlay settings, and my god, I've never seen a pink ring before that huge, and I don't care to ever again. Yeah, that's
But she must have done a number on you if you remember all that information about it.
Yeah, I only remember it because we made a deal that if I gave her 5 minutes to talk about the ring, we could talk shit about the Jews for 10 minutes afterwards. About them in the diamond industry. So we did, and it was pretty fun. Fuck you, De Beers.
Damn the Dutch.
Fucking Dutch and your chocolates and diamonds.
There's only two types of people I can't stand: people who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
Great.
Fox News is not what it once was. And Chuck Woolery is asking, will Fox go the way of Drudge?
I still don't understand what Drudge did or why.
He sold out.
Well, I understand that, but I just don't like why. Like what made him change his tune?
He didn't change his tune.
Money?
He sold out. He's not in charge of Drudge anymore.
Oh, so he took cash and bolted?
He took cash and bolted before they blocked him. Those were the options available to him. We take your website, or you take the payout.
Man, if he had principle, he'd let him take the website.
Well, if he had a mortgage. But I can't. No, you need to. Did we ever find out what was up with the Jeeps at the Biden?
No, but I
rally?
found that incredibly interesting last night.
my thoughts are that the Biden rally was held at a dealership. Like they just cleared a spot for the stage, and those cars were already there.
That could be. That would be
Yeah.
the easy way to do it. And I'm sure. Well,
So
and
that's
maybe.
the,
I mean, if
that's the,
Chrysler is. Go ahead.
is that the same tack that you're going with for Giuliani and his little announcement in front of the what was
Four Seasons Landscaping?
Seasons.
I have no idea what the fuck that was about.
The simple explanation is they booked the Four Seasons, and somebody says, we got the Four Seasons. This will be great. And they didn't, some intern is now unemployed because of it. That is the simplest explanation. The tinfoil explanation is more interesting.
That is my second favorite explanation. It's a tinfoil explanation.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's Chrysler's way of, giving their grift is to,
Well, let's not forget, Chrysler fully embraced the bailout. Unlike Ford, that was forced to take the bailout.
Ford didn't take the bailout.
They were forced to, yeah, they did.
I'm pretty sure they didn't take it at all.
They were the first ones to pay it back, but they were forced to take it.
Oh, okay.
They didn't use it, but they were forced. Biden administration sponsored by Jeep. Out of all vehicle loyalty, Jeep is the highest.
Well, I mean, we all know Jeep people. Do you know Jeep people?
I do not.
They are a cult, like Apple people are a cult.
Speaking of, we should ask Josh to ask how old the president was.
Yeah, Swampy, you got an iPhone?
Yeah.
Can you ask Siri how old the president is?
That's probably changed by
I'm
now.
on it right now. I'm not on my computer, so.
Oh.
They would
Fry, you've
probably
got an
interrupt
iPhone,
this
don't you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
No,
I
you
got
can
two
barely
Androids.
afford an Android.
First, that hurts. Second, fuck off. 3, oh.
Don't feel bad. I can't afford a Samsung.
No, my satellite phone is somehow an Android, and it doesn't even have apps.
Yeah, I gotta find a different phone. I don't like the Apple phone at all. And I'm concerned that Android is Google. So
Yeah. My my cousin, my little cousin, my aunt is the office manager for a software company that does advertisements, and my little cousin has like 17 iPhones with broken screens. There's no like Apple genius that fixes that shit, so they just end up buying new iPhones for everybody. And he's got his music on like 14 different. Like if you look, he looks like a little Asian kid that is controlling an election. he's got him lined up on his. There's a groove in his dresser, and he's got lines of 4 iPhones on it. He shoots them with his Nerf guns and stuff. It's pretty funny. But when his iPhone goes down, he literally just goes to a new iPhone.
I've got an iPhone for work, and I absolutely hate the damn thing.
Mine's just old. I'm still running a 6 Plus.
The only thing that I can say that's good about them is that when you make an iPhone to iPhone call, the clarity is unbelievable. That's like the only good thing I can say about them. And I don't know what magic they're using to make that sound so good, but I don't, when you listen to call-in shows on the radio or something, and you're listening to an interview from a guy, and he's got the worst connection in the world, and he's on the radio, you're like, can you just do that through an iPhone and sound like you're in the studio, please?
Now they're pushing the camera pretty hard on the new ones to use for like streaming and shit like that.
Mayor says Nokia survived 42 jumps. My Nokia survived well over 42 drops.
It's like, oh, there was a meme I seen the other day of, you remember back in the day when they had those phones and they had the screen protectors for them, like the little condom wraps?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody asked, the statement in the meme was, there never has there been a more pointless item ever devised or invented or whatever. And then somebody commented under it, no, that was to protect the floor.
For the Nokia? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people forget glass walkways are things. What do we got? We got bullshit.
Well, okay, so let's go down this road. Let's say this election does get certified and Biden does end up winning. What does Trump do in the next 2 months?
I am hoping he strongly attacks through Indian McGillicuddy, the FCC and the FEC and the
230.
238. What the fuck, Brash?
Don't bag on Brash.
Why? I want to have him on for 4 more years. Fuck him.
He's welcome anytime.
Yeah. Love you, Brash. Yeah, I guess we just push Ivanka for 2024. I'm not into dynasties, and Ivanka is nowhere near her father. So
no, she's not. And, she's got a bunch of liberal New York friends that she still has to, wants to be friends with. So I don't know if that's possible anymore, but who knows? I'm not a fan of dynasties, I'll tell you that. So it needs to be somebody else. I'd be okay with Kim Guilfoyle. I mean, that's close to a dynasty, but I'd be okay with that. But that's about as close as I'm going to get to putting another Trump in that office.
Oh, we're courting the Puerto Rican vote now, are we?
Worked for AOC, right?
Worked for, yeah.
Well, and then when Blonde was saying that she would cut a bitch, I'm like, you really don't want to get into a knife fight with a Puerto Rican. I think you're going to be outclassed.
Yeah. That paring knife in her purse isn't for papaya. Just saying. I don't even know where papaya is from, but chances are Puerto Ricans.
Pretty sure mangoes are more.
Does Real Clear Politics still have Biden at 259?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're not calling it yet. It's only AP that's called it, as far as I know.
Because they're full of shit.
Apparently.
Who runs Real Clear Politics?
Somebody with morals, apparently.
Well, I don't know about that, but they seem to be more fair.
I didn't say a lot of morals. Just saying some. Not like a plethora of morals.
Did you say they have a plethora?
CFA, they have a plethora. Though I don't know what a plethora. I'm not intelligent like you.
Part of me wonders if all of this smoke and mirrors that the Democrats are pulling right now is to get fair weather Trump supporters to bolt.
It's the wrong time for it. I mean, sure, I've seen people fold all over the place, but you know who's not folding? James Woods. You know who's not folding? Kevin Sorbo. You know who's not folding? Dean King. You know who is folding? Fuck you, Dan Crenshaw. Did you lose an eye or find an eye, you blind bastard?
Well, who isn't? I mean, why are what isn't called yet? I see Alaska, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia.
North Carolina, Georgia, Alaska,
Arizona.
Is that Arizona? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Nevada's up in the air. Pennsylvania is fishy as fuck.
well, I mean,
And so is Michigan and Wisconsin.
I was gonna say, which do you think goes if one of the two goes? Which one goes first, Wisconsin or Michigan?
Michigan.
I would agree. Yeah, I think Michigan, and they're really gonna have a problem with that shit Fleckus unveiled.
Mm-hmm. I will be right back.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Fine. But I would like to see Trump start declassifying everything.
Well, didn't Sticks talk about that earlier? Break all their toys.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that because that's just petulant, and I don't think petulant is what Trump needs to go for here. But he needs to use the authority he does have to say, like, oh, the Kennedy assassination, that shit was already supposed to be released, so we're going to go ahead and just unclassify that. There you go. Julian Assange, yeah, we're going to go ahead and pardon him. Edward Snowden, we're going to go ahead and pardon him. He's still going to get shot. He's still going to be on somebody's hit list. So he can't come back anymore, but at least he won't have the threat of extradition or I mean, he'll get rendered if he goes anywhere outside of Russia, most likely, but at least he won't have the pending legal issues in the United States. I mean, his life is still fucked, but it's a symbolic victory. But, doing shit like that. Just air out everybody's dirty laundry. But I don't want him to go and start breaking institutions and shit. Yeah, we need to know about the aliens. That's what we need to know about. See if that goes anywhere. I actually find myself still sympathetic with Crenshaw. I think he's kind of wishy-washy when it comes to fighting really hard, but he hasn't stopped fighting. He's just couched it. So he's not a strong defender, but he's still saying, yeah, let the legal process happen. Which is kind of where I'm at. I'm like, yeah, if you've got these questions about the legality and was there fraud, do the recounts and that sort of thing. The reality is that Biden's still probably going to end up president. It's a really, really slim chance that Trump overturns this and remains president. It's a possibility. I'm not taking it off the table. I just think that it's Crenshaw is playing for Crenshaw, and if there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, as long as he's still on team, yeah, do the investigations, do the recounts for what they're worth, do the audits, and get this shit under control. My bigger question is, how big of a part does this Dominion voting system play? 28 states use it. It has direct ties to the Clinton Foundation. There are anomalies everywhere it's used and has been for a long time. How big of a part did this Dominion shit play?
It's a good question.
I don't need to fight you, Black Magic. I agree with you, but you've got to start playing for pragmatism and figure out what you can do about it. Can you get it overturned? If yes, then you should absolutely try to do that. But If you can't, where do you go from there? You've got to start making those plans. How do you go forward? Can't sit there
I'm not gonna.
and you can't be fucking Hillary Clinton for the next 4 years. It didn't work for her. It's not going to work for you.
But on the plus side, I appreciate that she's not going to stop, or Biden's not going to step down. The courts are going to tell him you lost.
That's fine.
So,
yeah, I mean, and they probably will. Okay, but what's next? At that point, everything has been exhausted, and you still didn't get the result you wanted. What do you do then? What is the plan?
Yeah, basically. I don't know what the plan is. I'm thinking I got bullets that cause bullet holes.
So we boog at that point? Is that what we do?
I'm not saying boog per se, but if we shoot up a bunch of polling machines.
Right, we have to start fixing the problems that allowed this to happen. How do we do that? Especially when we don't have the presidency.
I'm not against wrecking both parties and starting over, as long as we can still keep the libertarians down.
They keep themselves.
Because I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Fuck the libertarians.
Yeah, no, it's like herding cats with those fools. I fancy myself somewhat of a libertarian. I hold some of those ideals, but Jesus Christ, if you've ever actually met a libertarian, they are insufferable people.
Like, look, join the Green Party, hipsters of politics. Like, I don't care about your gay marriage, armed marijuana wedding. Like, oh, you're so wide open. Close the borders because we're still giving away free shit to people who don't have anything. Either open borders with no safety net, or close the borders with a financial safety net. You can't have it both ways. We're not a faucet that's turned on. You cannot have financial security with both of those bullshit things.
Agreed.
Pick one and stick with it.
Well, open borders is a dumb thing anyway, because you have to have borders to function in the modern world. States have borders. They're porous as hell, but they still have them, and different laws apply in different locations. Yeah, Maynard, Tea Party 2.0, like the first one worked out real well. I mean, it did some shit, but then they turned in to be the biggest goddamn pussies ever put in Washington, D.C. Now, I happen to blame McCain for most of that, but he's dead now, so the world's a better place. Yeah, there are imaginary lines, Mike, until you're running from the state cops and cross one.
I am a sovereign citizen. I don't believe in states cops.
They believe in you.
That's because I am not a construct of the man. But yeah, there's shenanigans and then there's shitnanigans, and we are currently experiencing shitnanigans.
Pretty much.
With a trunk full of just the plant. Yeah. It's natural. There's nothing to be. It's natural. Yeah. What else we got? We got virtual reality furries are now running around the Four Seasons Total Landscaping. Isn't that funny? Aren't we doing great things? Fucking idiots.
Sorry about that. I got a phone call.
Good. Detroit leaks the. That's funny. Let's click on Detroit leaks. Huge exclusive from Cassandra Fairbanks. Michigan AG Dana Nessel sends cease and desist order to journalist demanding he erase his Detroit leaks video showing voter fraud training or face criminal prosecution. Yeah, I'm so glad we elected all these women in Michigan. Poll workers laugh over how COVID-19 social distancing rules will stop poll challenges. Detroit leaks source from, this is Kristen Megan from freedom advocacy journalist, media correspondent, and she's a huge Bears fan. So you want to visit at the Blue Oyster, she knows what's up. If you're the one who recorded it, please come forward. I have direct contact to Trump's team. They need your help. Prosecute all these people involved. Detroit leaks video was taken down from ScrewTube. Real James Wood retweeted revelations that show election workers cackling as their instructor explains how they will be able to use COVID-19 social distancing rules to disenfranchise poll challengers. Well, isn't this shady?
Yeah, he knows, Sully. That was the joke.
My wife just sent video of Detroit election workers cheering every time a Michigan GOP attorney is removed from Cobo Hall, where absentee ballot counting is happening. She said they do this every time they eject a GOP poll watcher, and Dem watchers outnumber GOP 3-1.
Gee, I'm shocked. Not that shocked.
Mm-hmm. Something else they've been doing that you can see around in different places is it's DNC poll watchers claiming to be GOP poll watchers to limit the poll watching by the GOP.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We went from No Nut November to No Surrender November. Multiple witnesses have approached the Gateway Pundit and confirmed that the prediction from Detroit leaks were accurate and that the counting of the ballots for Wayne County, Detroit at the Cobo Hall Center was a poll worker. Have you tried hiring white people there, Garrick? Maybe they'll be quieter.
That's the sad part. They are white. They're just not Southern.
Fucking Cajuns.
They're not Cajuns. He's from fucking Cincinnati.
Oh, Ohio's butthole.
Mm-hmm.
The crotch of the crossroads. So we got that going for us. Woohoo. Yeah, so there's multiple shenanigans going around that do constitute election interference and fraud, as well as damn it, what's the justice Alito, who for some reason I was giving him much more Japanese than he is, being not Japanese at all.
Okay, this is kind of funny.
But they, he said cease and desist until there are GOP poll watchers watching the polls in Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania said, nah.
Yeah. That's when you go get a cop, and they are duty sworn to enforce the court's mandate.
But I still am interested in seeing what comes out of this software and or hardware and or error from software update and errors from not software updates.
Yeah, I think that the software was working as designed, as it's apt to, and that's just their excuse.
Yeah, you can't have it both ways.
Oh, they're going to try. And all that's going to do is force somebody to actually look at the code and go, oh, this is an interesting little algorithm. Why does it do this? And, that's going to be for every 5 votes for Trump, you add 10 for, or you add 7 for Biden or something like that, whatever it ends up being.
Can we just call it a randomizer and move on?
I mean, we could. I don't know if that does anything. Should have done that an hour ago.
If Trump loses in a clear and fair election, and it's the will of the people, I'm literally okay with that.
Yeah, I think everybody is.
I dealt with 8 years of Obama. I dealt with 8 years of Clinton.
Well, like you were saying earlier, there's
I get
a
that
couple
that's
of
a
things that Obama did that I was actually in favor of. I'm not a fan of how he played them out, but I was for opening up Cuba. Yeah, let's restore relations with Cuba now that the Castros are dead. I just didn't like how he did it, but the idea is still a good idea.
Yeah.
Didn't care for the America apology tour, which we're going to apparently get a redux of.
Yeah. But if he doesn't win and it's being stolen, yeah, I will be raging goddamn pissed. As I have every right to be. So you're either on my side or you ain't. Those are the options, and I'm not going to go with either or to go to war with either of you, but I will hold you highly in suspicion.
Okay, so it's often
for being bullshit.
Yeah, it's often said that Republicans think Democrats are good people with bad ideas, but Democrats think that Republicans are evil people with evil ideas, or something to that effect. I think we need to flip that script, because I think it's demonstrably true that people who vote Democrat are either blithering idiots that have no goddamn clue what they're doing, or are filled with malice and ill intent.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you don't get to be just misinformed, the party of killing babies. We've got our own. We're not against death per se. We're as Republicans, we're pro death penalty, But that is after you lived a full life, made your own choices, and chose bullshit the entire time. We'll let you have that first chance, bite at the apple. No. But then you guys play all your bullshit, and you attack churches that were the main source of orphanages in the 18 and 1900s, and you make it practically impossible for adoption. The only thing you make easier is being poor, but you disenfranchise every step of the way. Fuck you people. Like, oh, well, because I have an American flag credit card, a debit card from USA Bank. No, you're not getting the number. Stop asking. And I get stopped constantly. Is that EBT? Like, nope, it's just an American flag because I'm a goddamn patriot. But, you know, when I was a kid, my mom had food stamps. Food stamps were very different from checks, credit cards, debit cards, or cash. And it made people feel other. Yes, I want you uncomfortable in your poverty, so that you will do your best to get out of poverty. This isn't supposed to be your home base. It's not Ghoul. You know, get the fuck out there and work. And if you can't work, we'll find something for you to do.
No, go work for the government.
Oh. Yeah, Tim Pool talks about the reason he voted for Biden was because they told him Biden would or Obama would stop the reckless wars, and then we ended up getting into 7 of them. We were bombing 7 separate countries.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight you, Black Magic. I'll fight with you. Join my side, and we'll take it on the inanimate poles that are not moving anywhere.
Mike, I think Trump was bad for our image abroad because people don't like a strong leader that's willing to follow through on their actual agenda. Even if that agenda is good for them, they feel like they're oppressed because they're not the ones doing it. I've noticed that in life is that a lot of times it comes down to who is doing good things. If the wrong person is doing good things, they don't count as good things, and it's fucking bullshit. A lot of it is that the world globalist establishment doesn't have any hooks in Trump. That's the problem. That's why he was never supposed to win, is because it was inconceivable that somebody that nobody had any leverage on could win the top job. They hated him for that. And he doesn't help things by being a brash asshole. I mean, he is a brash asshole. He hadn't heard
things either.
No, I mean, it's endearing in a way because especially when you agree with what he's saying, it's endearing. You want somebody to fight for you. The whole global establishment is based on people that have something on the other guy and to not get too uppity. Mm-hmm. And Trump's just too uppity for most people's tastes.
Yeah. Trump did a speech a couple weeks ago in Pennsylvania. This is before he had COVID. And they were at a hangar. And they did a test flight on Air Force One's engines. Made a loud noise. He turns over. He's like, look at that beautiful machine. I got another one just like it at home. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. It's a dad joke. But, like, yeah, you do have 2 Air Force Ones, technically. I mean, they're not 2 Air Force Ones, but it's not Air Force One until the president gets on it. But he has 2 of the exact same airplanes, and it's a funny joke.
Yeah, I don't remember what the other call sign is, but when the president's not on it, it actually has a different call sign.
Well, they both. They're 1 and 2, but there's something else 1 and 2.
Well, yeah, and then Marine One isn't Marine One until the president's on
And
it.
there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I think there's actually like 7 of them, but yeah.
Well, he did bomb Syria, Mike.
He
Twice.
bombed an airport.
We should talk about all the stories that were big for a half-hot second this year, and then everybody promptly forgot about, like the Beirut explosion.
The one on the waterfront?
Yeah, half that city got decimated, and everybody's just like, whatever, moving on.
Yeah. You know what's does everybody remember Cecil the lion? I still don't remember why that was a thing. Some random ass lion in Africa killed, and it's like mainstream news. Like, it wasn't even shot in front of kids. Harambe was shot in front of kids.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, I'm gonna dip out for just a minute. I gotta make a phone call, but I'll be back in a few.
All right, take your time. Just take your time. Maybe get a refreshment. Maybe a massage. Maybe a hot cocoa. No. Oh my God, Mike! The start of Shooter with Ryan Phillippe, the first episode. It has Bob Lee Swagger hunting. He's tranking deer, and fixing broken deer, because you could just find those all over the place and wherever the fuck he was. And he goes and he tranks the deer, and then he removes like the whatever his antlers wrapped up or something, and then the deer goes off, and then he stumbles on 2 fucking hillbilly dumbasses with really expensive guns, and he puts them down after because they're shooting at a deer, and with pistols, by the way. And he goes, "What are you, dentist?" And the guy goes, "Orthodontist, mother." I was like, "Oh yeah," because that's how my orthodontist talked to me. Was he was a drunk asshole who ran around the woods with pistols hunting deer. But I'm like, oh, really? A Cecil the Lion reference? What year was this made? Freaking Lord. No, it's Bob Lee. Boblee. 2 different words, not Bob Lee. No, because they were black. And that was my favorite part of the entire thing, is Black Twitter got outrageously uppity about the killing of Harambe, because if it was a black child, they would have found the time to trank Harambe. You can pistol caliber hunt deer. I don't know a lot of people doing that, though.
I was watching a video of a guy who made his own bulletproof armor, and they were testing it with various rounds, and a 9mm didn't penetrate but made a nice little dent. A 40 caliber made a nice little dent but didn't penetrate. A 9mm plus P round didn't fully penetrate but would have left a hell of a welt. But they were shooting it with a Desert Eagle, and they shot it twice with a Desert Eagle. That thing barely made a scratch. So I'm guessing that your standard target ammo for the Desert Eagle must be incredibly underpowered.
I watched a video of somebody hunting deer with a 50 cal, like a full fucking 50 cal, and like he shot the deer, and I was expecting like the entire head to be gone,
Right.
and it just fell. It just dropped where it was. And I'm like, oh, I expected more out of that.
Was it like a Barrett or was it what kind of
Yeah,
50?
yeah, it was like a $3,000 fucking single shot 50 cal.
With the $7
So they,
bullets.
yeah, so they go up to the deer and they're like, what the hell? So they play it back in slow motion. The bullet missed the deer,
But the shockwave got it?
but the shockwave scrambled its fucking noggin to death. Like its eyes were literally popped out, but they couldn't find a bullet hole because there was no bullet hole. Just the bullet coming too close to the deer killed it. And then I also saw this movie, Tremors, where a 50... I can't even finish that. That bullet went through everything.
Fucking Burt Gummer.
Went through a shrieker. It went through a concrete wall. It went through an engine block. It went through the state of Chihuahua in Mexico.
Well, you know, Burt Gummer's motto, just doing what he can with what he has.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Shrieker Island yet?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it. Yeah.
CDC's data suggests lockdowns could be killing as many as COVID. We've only been saying that for about 8 months.
What?
CDC's data suggests lockdowns could be killing as many as COVID.
Yeah. Fuck you, CDC.
Ooch. That's going to suck. Amazon now says that some Xbox Series X pre-orders may not arrive until December 31st. That's not good.
Oof. Like, can adults take a back seat so kids can get their Christmas presents on time? No.
Parler app soars as conservatives seek a Twitter alternative after Trump's election loss. I logged into Parler today and had nothing.
I've had that a couple times in the last few days. They're having to expand at like a rapid rate, so it's not their fault. I mean, it is their fault for not having it, but how could they have expected to blow up that much to need that many? Because I'm seeing my Facebook has people posting their Parler names because they're getting off Facebook.
Yep.
But I swear to God, if I get on Facebook in 2 years from now, it's nothing but harassing me about election. I'm going to be pissed.
There's something else out there called MeWe. I'm not sure what that is, but people are saying
I don't
leaving
nah.
for that.
That sounds China to me.
Yeah, sure does.
And China is suspect.
What? Are you saying not to trust China?
I'm saying China is ass whore.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I wonder how much of the McCain legacy and the Arizona GOP helped swing Maricopa for Biden.
Yarda yarda.
All right, here you go. Who was saying this in the chat? Was it Black? Hey, where'd that go? God damn it. Twitter, quit sucking balls. I think it was Black Magic. There you go.
I don't know what Robert Reich said, but they keep posting his height's 4'11".
Oh, God, that guy. He has never been right about anything in the last 30 fucking years, and yet he still gets major media play. Don't understand it.
So weird.
Well, Mr. Fist is about to go live.
Lind Wood says, Democrat Party is done. It stands for socialism, which is one step away from communism. Republican Party is done. Its members care more about themselves than we, the people. Existing two-party system has failed. I think it's time to form the party of the people. Anyone agree? People's Party sounds a little too communist to me, Linwood.
Well, not only that, but that's what the Libertarians tried to do. It's what the Greens tried to do. It's what my man Ross Perot tried to do. Just never works because the NGO corporations that are the DNC and RNC have their hooks into the process. It's going to be damn near impossible to root them out. That's why they don't have three-party debates anymore, or four-party debates, because the DNC and the RNC got together and said, yeah, that shit's never happening again. Ross Perot got too goddamn close. Which is why Trump had to run as a Republican, because it was the only way he had a chance to win.
This is simply insane, says Josh Jordan. Trust in the electoral process among Republicans has cratered from 68% before the election to 34% now. The reason Donald Trump can't accept that he lost. This is the damage Trump is causing, and almost every elected Republican is helping him do it. First off, I haven't seen enough Republicans help him do it. Second off, they're still counting a week after the election. That's what's taking the faith in the electoral process down to half its number.
Yeah, 10% of the states aren't called yet.
Yeah. Fuck that. But blame Trump. Who is this Josh Jordan guy? Let's see. What media circus is he for? Number muncher. It doesn't have where he's from. Fuck you, Josh. What's this? It says, we are reaching out from Michigan Democrat Party to see if we can count on you to help fight back against Donald Trump and his corrupt administration. They're calling his corrupt administration. I would rather be raped by Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy and give birth to a pine cone through my pee hole. I have to say that is very funny, and I may need to steal that one. Have a great day. Might as well, you guys steal everything else.
That's good.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Here's a 2-hour-old tweet from Crenshaw. Biden supporters faced with a loss geared up for riots, businesses boarded up in fear. Trump supporters faced with a loss geared up to fight in court. This difference matters. Media elites can stop finger wagging at folks using the legitimate process to make their case, okay? This is what I'm talking about. He's still fighting for what's right. He's just not entirely pro-Trump. George Stephanopoulos is trying to take Alex Trebek's job. Dude, this corpse isn't even cold. Fucking Clinton Eastas.
Oh, look at you, you clever bastard.
What?
Senator Rand Paul says, your government sent 1.1 million dead people stimulus checks. Wonder how many of these folks also voted absentee. Look at you trying to get back in my good graces. Quinnipiac poll, Fox News, ABC, WAPO, NBC, Wall Street Journal, WSJ were so inaccurate with their polls on me that it really is tampering with an election. They were so far off from their polling and in their attempt to suppress that they should be called out for election interference. Not only do I 100% agree with that, Trump did so well in every metric that it almost has to be a form of collusion for them to be that wrong. Now there's the joke. Yeah, there's the joke that, and there is a certain percentage of people who find it funnier to lie to a pollster than to tell them the truth. But if you've engaged any of these polls and went down to the metadata, they were using 35% Democrat, which is only 35%. It's only 29% Democrat. Then their independents were Democrat-leaning independents for 40%. Those are bullshit numbers by any metric.
Yeah. And then their plausible deniability out is we don't know how to reach these other people. Yeah, they don't care to.
Yeah, but if you look out a month ago, what the numbers were saying versus the week of the election, it went from 15 points that Biden was leading by down to 3. And they still lost by 6 points. Like, Trump had 1 million more voters in Florida than Biden, and Biden was up by 7 points. They had, what was Texas's numbers? I don't remember. 6%? 6 points? My point is, fuck them. Fire them all. Hire Frank Luntz, the pollster, to fire all of the pollsters and then himself.
Yeah, if anybody pays Nate Silver a fucking dime at this point, they're suckers.
See, now this is Detroit poll watchers at 4:30 a.m. on November 4th, tens of thousands of ballots delivered from out of state. How could you know they're out of state ballots? But it does say, unlike the other ballots, these boxes were brought in from the rear of the room.
Yeah, I just read that one.
I specifically noticed every ballot I observed was cast for Joe Biden. And I want to, pissed me off so bad. So Crowder on his live stream when he was doing the day of the election, he came back the next morning and he was talking with a lawyer who found it highly suspicious. She had like 4 or 5 videos.
Mm-hmm.
And at 4:30 in the morning, she was taking a video, 5, whatever, of somebody in a white van with nothing on any of the sides, and he had a little red radio flyer wagon, and he unloaded his boxes, put them in the wagon, walked inside, wasn't checked at all. And then a day later, like Click on Detroit or one of the other news channels say, that was our cameraman. What was your cameraman doing there at 4:30 in the morning? After they claimed to have closed down counting for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he show up after they closed down? But then one of the pictures they showed you was almost as if they took it from the perspective of the person sitting in their car recording it to show that it had like a Channel 4 logo or something on the box, as if it was taken at the time to prove the accuracy of it. And I'm like, this is a bullshit photo. This could have been taken any time. This could have been doubled to make it look more like it, from a cell phone video to an actual high definition camera photo. Fuck you. Show me the other 4 that are now something equally innocuous.
Armenians. This might be important. Armenians have stormed their parliament and lynched the speaker.
Go on.
In the Levant, I guess that's what they call their house. I don't know. And the cause is we do not accept treason by our own governments.
Levant?
That's what it says here. In the Levant.
Spell it.
Levant.
That's ISIL.
Just telling you what the tweet says.
The Islamic State and Levant?
That's what it says. My guess is this is not a native English speaker, because it's not the cause is. It's causes plural. So this person is probably not a native English speaker. So who knows what she was trying to type there, but it's got a quick video of people throwing shit in the House chamber there, or whatever it is.
Scott Pressler says Rear Code Politics has rescinded its call for Biden winning Pennsylvania. This election is not over. This is where we win it back, folks. He never gave up. He never quit. Beautiful bastard. The orange man himself.
February 20th, 2020, Donald Trump just appointed his first openly gay cabinet member, reported by Pink News. November 9th, 2020, Joe Biden almost certain to make Pete Buttigieg America's first out gay cabinet official. Here's what he could land. They don't even know what they're fucking doing between themselves. Yeah. Pink News, man.
When did it say Trump elected his first? Because
February.
Has it only been this year?
I guess. I mean, this year
felt
like 10, but
Richard Grendel has been gay. I don't know how long he's been in the cabinet, though.
Right. That being the distinction. Trump has had a bunch of gay people on his staff and in various positions of power, but I don't know about cabinet.
Stevens had a bunch of gay people on his staff.
But Pink News just can't even fact check themselves, apparently. It only counts when it's a Democrat, though, for these fools.
Yeah, like they say, like they want to point to like the first Democrat black senator, the first Democrat black congressman. Yeah, the Republicans did that in like 1870.
I was going to say 2 centuries ago. More than 100 years ago.
Yeah, we did that shortly after the Civil War. Reminds me of how Wesley Snipes feels when we talk about the Black Panthers being the first black action comic book hero. Like, motherfucker. Or Michael Jai White, your buddy, Black Dynamite. He played first Dark Horse black comic book movie, but again, he wasn't a hero.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spawn's an anti-hero, like the Punisher.
Yeah.
But there's Blank Man, there's Meteor Man. Dude, I fucking loved Meteor Man as a kid. I loved that movie.
Not familiar with that one.
The idea of being to like absorb through osmosis a book. Fuck yeah. Yeah, they're doing their best to delegitimize.
Oh, speaking of Richard Grinnell, here he is with a
everything.
tweet. Why is Twitter putting a warning on this information? Everything here is true. We discovered these irregularities in Nevada, and Jack wasn't anywhere around when the lawyers interviewed the whistleblowers. Big tech is partisan. It must be dealt with by Congress.
Yeah. And you know who's got Congress? We do for the next 3 months.
Well, technically we don't. Nancy's still in charge.
We have the Senate.
Yeah, we have the Senate, and I think we're probably going to
do the investigation.
We're probably going to maintain the Senate, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Unless Georgia can pull some church cannery. I wonder if Biden or if Tucker can go to like a YouTube platform type of thing. I don't know what his actual demographics are.
Old Fox viewers, I think, for the most part. I mean, he's got a lot younger demographic than the typical Fox viewer. Like, I'm sure his audience is more robust than Hannity's is, but I don't think he could survive the jump. But it's gonna be a huge negative if he jumps. He's got the most popular cable news TV show ever right now. I mean, why would you give that up?
Yeah. I think we're going to do really well in the courts.
I don't know.
And they're already backpedaling.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some... And this is what's going to be damaging. There's going to be court rulings that are going to have to side on the side of reality. And they're going to have to call spades spades. And there's going to be Trump wins in that. And it's going to destroy everybody's preconceptions that we have free and fair elections. I mean, we've known we haven't for, at least a decade. Probably even longer than that. But
yeah.
I mean, it's going to rip the illusion away from people's eyes. And that might actually be, even if he doesn't end up being president from it, that damage alone done to the falsehood might be worth calling it a win.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. In 2000, we had Gore declared for 37 days, and then it got overturned in the state that the loser's brother was the governor of.
Yeah.
And that did destroy our democracy. Jeb was literally the governor of Florida when it went to his brother George.
Yep.
Through chicanery and guile and bravado.
Well, and it's
hanging nipple chats.
Right. But it's one of those things. It's that it was that close. Now, whether it was naturally that close or not, I don't know. But Florida is solidly red. I mean,
Miami went red.
Well, based Cubans.
Fucking based Cubans not wanting. Like, I know socialism. I don't want it.
Yeah, want no part of that.
I vote for. I would vote. Donald Trump. Just the accent for fucking Donald Trump is hilarious.
That little ditty was running out here like a month ago, if not more. It was pretty good. I don't know how well it swayed anybody out here, but it definitely worked in Florida.
Sworn affidavit. I was instructed by my supervisor to adjust the mailing date of these absentee ballots package to be dated earlier than they were actually sent. The supervisor was making announcements for all workers to engage in this practice. That is voter fraud. And that is evidence. That's not the guy from the other state who said he heard his manager talking about backdating. This is somebody who was instructed to by their supervisor to adjust mailing dates.
Yes. It's election tampering. I don't know if it's voter fraud. If you got to be specific about the language, I think that's the distinction. It's election tampering for certain, but I think it probably falls short of voter fraud. But it's also gross negligence when that was literally their job, was to get those prior to that date. If they were legitimate votes, which some of them might be.
Yeah. Just the News editor-in-chief, Jay Solomon reports. Oh, that's so shitty. His name is @JSolomonReports. And they said reports. That Michigan city government employee appears to be in touch with FBI after being asked to backdate ballots in Michigan that arrived after mandated deadline. This is them attempting to steal things. Tens of thousands. See, the one thing that bothers me about this is at 4:30 in the morning on November 4th, tens of thousands of ballots delivered from out of state. How do they know they were out of state?
Are they absentee votes?
Just tens of thousands of ballots delivered from out of state. How do you know that they were delivered from out of state?
I'm just speculating here, but I would guess they're either postmarked from out of state or they're absentee ballots that are supposed to be from out of state. I mean, you got to be real careful about the distinctions here. They're important, and we cannot fall prey to what the Stacey Abrams nonsense of but I won. No,
I heard here it is. I heard other challengers say that several vehicles with out of state license plates pulled up to TFC, which is Cobo Hall Center, and little before 4:30 a.m. and unloaded boxes of ballots. At approximately 4:30 a.m., tens of thousands of ballots were brought in and placed on 8 long tables. Unlike the other ballots, these boxes were brought in from the rear of the room. The same procedure was performed on the ballots that arrived at approximately 4:30 a.m., but I specifically noticed that every ballot I observed was cast for Joe Biden.
I think the bigger fight is going to be proving that those are legitimate ballots. That's where the audit comes in. This shit needs audited.
Mm-hmm. Not recounts, audits. Recounting does nothing for the ones that are already counted. And there will be an audit because Sensei Aito was Mexican and for some reason not fucking Spanish or Japanese.
That's what he
Said,
wanted.
I put a halt until GOP poll watchers are in the room, and they completely ignored it. They denied it. Literally, there's a video of them going, I deny your request. And suspiciously large men in not uniforms stopped them from entering. Which chances are those are off-duty police officers.
Chances are.
Biggins.
But they are still duty bound to uphold the law.
Jim from the boat says, I mostly want Trump to win these things in the courts so we can dunk on these absolute worst people on earth again. Lindsey Graham referring to the media and Democrats, they all go to hell as far as I'm concerned. I agree, sir. Thank you for your...
Agree with that.
Thank you for your statements. Also, I really like you right now. Can't say the same for you in 2000 through 2000, John McCain dead. But now I like you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who knew that you were a lifetime bachelor not because you're South Carolina gay, but it's that big swinging dick of yours. I was so fooled by your fucking Joe Lieberman bullshit with John McCain fuckery. Rep Kendra Horn sounds black. Is white, shockingly. Oklahoma's 5th District Chairman of House Subcommittee on Space and Aeronautics. Women Lead OK founder, Girl Scout supporter, hashtag OK5. Says the election is over. Experts and news outlets on both sides have determined the results and declared Biden the winner. Instead of trying to spin and divide us, okay, fuck you. You're getting voted out in 2022.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Experts agree.
Yeah. Experts that have been wrong the whole time? Hold on. This one says such a Jewish tweet. It's from Jake Tapper, so I got to click on it to see what it says. Jake Tapper, I truly sympathize with those dealing with losing. It's not easy, but at a certain point, one has to think not only about what's best for the nation, peaceful transfer of power, but how any future employers might see your character defined during such Jewish tweet. Yep, such Jewish tweet.
Sounds like a threat to me.
Yep, that is such a fucking Jewish tweet, man. I'm gonna go ahead and like that. Get you your second like because you're clearly a fucking griper. My God, just. There's not election theft. You're just losing. That was all 2016, remember?
Ooh, breaking exclusive. System glitch also uncovered in Wisconsin. Reversal of 19,032 votes removes lead from Joe Biden.
Oh my God! What?
Yep.
Where'd you read that?
Hang on. I'll get this and I'll put it in the chat.
Oh. Wow, that is cool and fuck you. Your Rudy thing just came up again and I laughed a second time.
It's a guy from the Gateway Pundit, so if you complain about biased media, you gotta play that game both ways, and the Gateway Pundit is a lot of times full of shit. So take that with a grain of salt.
but it's not the Atlantic full of shit.
Fair.
Wait, where are you putting this?
It's in the chat. Gun control is a myth. So I don't know what you're talking about there, mandatory.
When did Margie show up?
Oh, she's been here for a while.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm going on a trip next month with Gracie, so that's going to be fun. It's her birthday. So that's what I've been doing this whole time.
Buys hash browns next time.
Hey, don't be rude. She was nice enough to cook for me, okay? What more can you ask?
Blowjob?
Hash browns?
Yeah, I mean, short of the blowjob, hash browns are a good substitute, I guess.
I would beg to differ. I think a blowjob's way better, but I don't think she's going to give that anytime soon. So,
This claim about election fraud is disputed.
Really, when's your birthday, Margie?
Today, apparently.
Is it really?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Is
happy
it?
birthday. Oh.
She says it's my birthday, too. I don't know if that means today. I'm assuming it's today.
Yeah. We'll find out in a moment.
And this is the weird stat that just won't die. A worrying number of Americans believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Happy birthday, Margie.
Happy birthday, Margie.
Happy birthday.
Well, hers is a month from today. Gracie's, I mean. So that's when she plans to go on a trip. But that's kind of the coincidence. So I guess I'll have to remember her birthday now. I mean, Margie's.
Mark my words, the computer glitch was programmed. Yes, data scientists and hackers found this using different methods. The convergence in findings is stunning. See the shift in y-axis from 11.4. The glitch was relocated votes from Trump to Biden. That is very suspicious looking. Glitch delays Rock County election results. Yeah, dude, this would be great for the comeback to. They attempted to steal it and they get fucking dicked in their buttholes. Greatly. That would be a thing to behold, and I would laugh. I would laugh historically, not hysterically, historically, because that would go down in history as one of the great blunders.
I mean, it is quite comical.
Fuck you! I love Princess Bride.
What's wrong with Princess Bride?
Sean snotted over Princess Bride.
That's not what I snotted at. Here, I'll show you what I snotted at.
Okay, I was gonna say, I love Princess Bride. I don't care. Mandy Patinkin, Carrie Elwes, who came out and he was like, "Vote Biden, fucking dick, Carrie."
Don't care. It's still a great movie.
Yeah, I literally in the last 6 months I cleaned out like, Jesus Christ, good Lord. I was gonna say that is the yeah. It really is. She just needs the mask over her face of somebody being happy. Jesus, woman, you are scary.
Oh.
Hang on. I want to see. I'm so sorry that I'm busy at work, but I got to see this.
Benny Johnson said, "There's always a place for you at Newsmax, Tucker."
Oh God, that's terrible.
Oh, Tucker has it too. The tweet from Jake Tapper.
What do you mean? Are you watching Tucker or something?
Yeah, it's a clip, and it's literally Tucker's face next to the tweet. So he is talking about it.
Okay.
You got that? Your character's on trial. Future employers take note. In other words, accept Joe Biden now or never work again.
I'll take my chances.
Did the Sicilian Mafia ever make a threat that explicit? Okay, Tucker, enough for you. If I get a second stimulus check, it's going to a nice compact sub gun.
It's going to be to try to find ammo. My God, it's so difficult nowadays. I'd be lucky to.
I've got the ammo. I've always had the ammo.
I've got the ammo too, but there's nothing wrong with having more.
Mm-hmm. You know, like there was a video maybe 8 years ago from Such, but I'm terrible with those kinds of numbers. Like I kept saying something about Katrina in 2007. Katrina was 2006. I'm terrible with those dates. But he bought a Glock 33 round fun stick for $100 during a shortage, and he bought 2 of them. So he spent $200 on 2 fun sticks when you could have bought 6 for that price.
Yeah. In normal times, let's be clear.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, fuck that. And so I would buy bulk purchases when I had the available money for it. The last time I bought mags and ammo was a Valentine's Day sale, and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas happened that day.
So you lucked out.
Yeah, because it went right afterwards. And Magpul was selling Gen 1 mags, and I picked up 50 of those at $5 a piece.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you ever resell them?
I did end up selling half of them at $20 a piece.
Yeah, healthy profit. Healthy profit.
Yeah. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with Gen 1 Magpul mags. And I traded 10 for 1,000 rounds of AR or AK ammo from this spam can, this very suspicious spam can that like you're like, yeah, I'm selling about $20 a piece. And he's like, how about 1,000 rounds of AK from the originator of the AK? Yes, this fucking spam can is shady as shit.
I mean, was the ammo good, or is it? Have you cracked it or no?
Yeah, I have cans that I have my. I had a plethora of spare 50 round cans, and this thing didn't have a handle whatsoever. Like, it was a bitch to carry. It was like a fucking dining tray of weight. It was bulky as anything. There were like some tears in it, but it wasn't penetrated anywhere. But they had broken the handles off the side, so it was a clusterfuck to behold. But I've used that ammo to sight in, and I like it. It's decent steel core ammo. It should not have been sold for what it was, and I'm very happy that I got it.
I mean, it's AK ammo. I mean, what do you expect out of it, honestly?
It's not going to expire. It's going to break the truncheon before it does anything else. I'm good with that. I'm good with my AK. My AK has it's at 6,000 rounds, and I bought the damn thing for like $250 during the Clinton ammo or the Clinton assault rifle ban.
You know what? Next time you have money, let me know if you're going to buy a gun or not, because I'm just going to assume that something bad's going to happen like immediately after. So I want to get in on it.
That's adorable. You think I'm going to have money?
I mean, you have before, apparently.
On occasion, but not recently. But if there's a second stimulus, I get a stimulus check this time around. So fuck yeah, if we could do that before the new year.
Yeah, that would be nice.
However, if it happens after the new year, I don't get the stimulus. God damn it.
So what's changed that you won't be able to get a stimulus next year?
The same thing that kept me from getting the original stimulus is I do get emergency funding from the state because I'm an emergency worker. Jim Acosta says on November 6th, so 3 days ago, Trump is starting to acknowledge to advisors he may not be able to pull out a come-from-behind victory. Sources close to White House tell us. Sources describe Trump as sounding more... Fuck you, Jim Acosta.
Yeah, name the sources. Let's verify your bullshit.
I don't trust a word you say.
Their names are anonymous.
Like he came out like the day of the election and he's like, "You're just losing." Our country's never been so divided. Now think again. And I realized that the 400,000 votes I was saying from mail-in ballots for the last fucking week, I've been quoting Jack Posobiec.
You mean Jack? Sounded like you said Chad.
Chad? No, I said Jack Posobiec. I was wondering what you mean Jack. I'm like, no, not Jack. Jack Posobiec. Yeah. So I mean, he claims he's a PA boy. So that's Pennsylvania, not poor. Whatever the fuck Joe Biden would make boy out to be. But
a lot of dead air going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've been at it for more than 2 hours, so we're running out of shit.
Well, what did I miss in the whole hour and a half I wasn't here?
No, you'll have to listen back.
Ow. Oh.
You get them taped up. Once you get them taped up, once you on the metal skid and load them up along the metal.
Any more celebrity deaths we need to know about?
Oh, Jay Fry dropped. Celebrity deaths, just Trebek. I mean, and Sean Connery. So SNL is inconsolable at this point.
Who you talking to?
Yeah, no shit.
Huh?
What?
Talking to us?
No.
Talking to young lady?
No.
You ain't got a softener there, dude. You gonna cut them straps?
On what?
That fucking rim, it don't have to be short. No, right there on the top, right fucking there.
Even though it's pulling away from it?
It's a point, man. That's all it really is. It's just a...
All right.
Put them two gloves right there. Here. Put some rags there. It ain't gotta be much.
What do you mean, Rip Joe Rogan?
You know, it is round, but you think of any kind of point.
God damn it.
You know, or edge, whatever. I mean, it's not sharp.
I got that.
Round too, but I guarantee you put a lot of pressure on it, it'll cut it.
I got the boot, so I came back
didn't pull all the tape off either.
To click on the link to join the Hangout, and it didn't read it properly, and that fucking Rudy Giuliani in front of the Ritz came up.
You have to finish peeling that shit off. Shouldn't take long.
But anyways, I was saying about it's disappointing that people lying about the certain things for funsies. Does anybody actually have a grasp on what this isotope nonsense is? Anybody? Isotopes? No? Gaslighting.
I think it's just horse shit. I don't know who came up with that or why it got propagated, but it just sounds like horse shit.
Did we have anybody claiming that there were votes being printed? Like someone was printing ballots?
Yes, immediately after the switch happened, everybody was like, "Oh, ballot printers go burr." Was every third meme on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, then I saw Lauren Southern shared on her Instagram that there are literally TikTok videos of people tearing up Trump votes, Trump ballots. So that's apparently a thing.
Roger Thornhill, I have no idea who that is. He's got 747 followers, not followed by anybody I know, says, starting to believe Trump won in the biggest landslide since Reagan in 1984. Everybody, and I mean everybody in Washington, D.C. knows it. Every Democrat politician, every journalist, their gaslighting is sickening. That's where I'm at.
I don't think it was that big of a victory. I think it was a solid victory, but I don't think it was a Reagan-esque landslide. Should have been, but I don't think it was. There's too much. I mean, when you go through 4 years of hate and animosity, and the press pulling for anybody but the guy who's running, idiots abound in this country. So,
fuck you, Oliver Darcy. I do not think most people fully appreciate the disinformation campaign taking place right now in right-wing media to delegitimize Biden as president-elect. It has totally saturated coverage. It's everywhere. Fuck you, Oliver Darcy.
Accuse your opponents of that which you are yourself doing.
That was Zelensky that said that, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Saul Alinsky.
Saul Alinsky, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I've mashed that all into one name.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder where you get that trait from.
Shut up.
Well, did you hear my eyes roll? Did you hear that?
Sean Macron.
It's a little too loud. You can tone it down a tad.
I made a comment.
Shout it any louder?
Yeah, I made a comment the other day about they were talking. Somebody was talking about the election on Facebook is reminiscent of the movie Starship Troopers and the Do You Want to Know More? And I said, no, Do You Want to Know More is a question you have to click on to get more information that is propaganda. What we had was spammed propaganda. And then I put it and I combined it into one word. Spropaganda. I think SP from spam and I put the S in front of prop, so it's sprop.
Come on,
man.
man.
Ganda, and I use the AN as AM for spam. Spropaganda. And nobody liked that tweet, so I don't know why I'm talking about it still. It's a Facebook post, wasn't a tweet.
Did you channeling your inner Joe Biden with
propaganda? True under pressure.
Yeah, true under pressure.
I just fumbled true international pressure. True under pressure.
Yep.
But it's not. It does. Those words don't make sense together. But that's what it sounded like to me. Wait, seriously? Is this the guy who was involved with the IRS and Lois Lerner in targeting conservatives in the Tea Party? Maybe that's why he hasn't done shit at DOJ. # Deep State. Head of DOJ election crimes unit resigned in protest at Bill Barr. Yeah. Way to go, Donald Trump Jr. I don't care. I like that guy.
Who, Junior?
Yeah, I like more that he's banging Kimberly Guilfoyle right now.
Yeah. No, I like Junior. I just don't think he should be eligible for president, but
yeah,
we've done it a couple of times. It's just never gone well.
I don't like that he's not eligible. I don't think he should run. I probably won't vote for him if he does run, but I don't think he shouldn't be eligible to run. U.S. postal worker arrested and charged with dumping hundreds of pieces of mail. Yeah. That's a thing. It happens. Sayonara Dickhead? What's Sayonara Dickhead?
You can't heal or reform the GOP, who are now an extremist party. They have to be broken, burned down, and rebuilt. When Biden is in power, treat them like the active threats to the democracy they are. If those who committed crimes aren't punished, they will be more emboldened. All right, switch that to the DNC and switch Trump to Clinton. That woman needs to be in jail. The fact that she spent the last 4 years out of jail is exactly the thing you're complaining about.
Who is this?
Washadat wears a mask because of a pandemic. Ali. Verified blue check mark. Where is he from?
No wonder you didn't name him.
New York Times contributing op-ed writer, writing a book fall of 2021. The Levin Agency speaker tired dead. So he's just basically a piece of shit.
Caitlin Bennett says, Richard Pleger, the official who oversaw election crimes, has stepped down over a Barr memo. Having familiarized myself with the new policy and its ramifications, I must regretfully resign from my role as director of election crimes branch. Fucking hashtag stop the steal. Prager is staying at the Justice Department and will return to work at the line prosecutor, Public Integrity Office, prosecuting corruption cases. Fucking swamp, man. Trump campaign sues to block Pennsylvania from certifying Biden's victory in the state. BBC to hold robust inquiry on how journalist Martin Bashir secured Princess Diana interview. That needs to be trending more in 2020. My mom was still alive when Diana died. She died in 1999.
97. Oh, your mom died in 99.
Yeah, I'm going to say I know that better than you do.
Yeah, you do. No, 97 was when Diana died.
Yeah, my mom loved Diana. And I'm like, we fought a war over not giving a shit about them, Mom. I was like 16 at the time.
I've seen 2 or 3 tweets suggesting that the Teamsters might strike. That would be an interesting outcome.
I hope he Reagans the Teamsters.
Well, they would be striking because they support Trump.
Why the fuck are they going to strike?
Because they don't like it was called for Biden.
What's a Teamster again?
Truck
Is that the
drivers.
drivers?
Yep, truck drivers.
Yeah. Biden supporters have been sending me death threats all day. These are the people we're supporting to come together with?
Pretty much.
Some guy called Trump's black grandson. Mr. Michael Burks. One thing President Donald Trump has proven throughout his entire life is that you can never count him out. Let's be clear about something. Donald Trump has 6 bankruptcies. Right? 6?
I have no idea what the actual count
5,
is.
6 yeah.
I know it's more than 2. That's what I know.
Yeah. Donald Trump has 500 businesses. Now, most of his businesses are interconnected to his real estate business. He owns the company that makes Trump towels for the Trump hotels. He owns like everything across the board. Everything in his hotel is made by him. through, you know, subsidiaries and whatever. But those are his businesses. To have 500 businesses and 6 bankruptcies in that 500 businesses is an amazingly good record, because a lot of people, and especially today in what they've done to us from COVID-19, some people started their first business and have had to file bankruptcy from the loss of their first business. So those 6 bankruptcies, those are successes, because he couldn't have gotten to the success he had as a holder of somewhere between $7 and $3 billion from the $1 million loan his father gave him to start his business. He built an empire. Kudos, sir. So yeah, I will never count you out.
Lindsey Graham. In Pennsylvania, 25,000 nursing home residents requested mail-in ballots at the exact same time.
That's not surprising at all, though. Like a state structure for those nursing homes got together and said, "You guys want your ballots? This is the date you will use to seek to get your ballots."
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's, well,
that's like the first non-suspicious thing I've heard out of all this.
it's I can't say that it's super suspicious, but it's one of those things that makes you raise your eyebrow a little bit and go, maybe we ought to look at that. Just to look.
Absolutely.
Where
FYI,
are the main
U.S.
problem states at the moment? It's where are the main fraud instances right now? It's Minnesota, I think, was one.
Oh, hold on. I
Nevada's
can
big
explain
time.
it to you. All swing states.
All the swing states. I mean,
Every
California's a shit
single
show too,
swing state.
but yeah. I mean, California was a shit show too, but we don't care about that because they're solidly blue anyway because of, you know, Frisco and LA.
There was voter fraud in Minnesota, which has gone.
That's what I heard too.
Which has gone Democrat since. It's the only state that didn't go for Reagan in the landslide. But it says U.S. House. House Leader Kevin McCarthy says Republicans are now 20K votes from taking control of the U.S. House. Lead remains 20 of 24 races. McCarthy says even if they don't take majority, ours will be able to control floor with the 2 to 3 Dems to prevent Pelosi from being speaker.
So you think AOC is going to replace Pelosi or no?
No, I just want it so fucking bad. There's not a chance in hell, but oh my god, that would be so hilarious.
It'll probably be Nadler.
No, I don't think it'll be Nadler. I think they're gonna go for shit. They'll go for Shift. He was the one in control of the. He's a proven failure, which makes me think they're going to go for Shift. Nadler has had far too many. I don't know how to put there's some people who don't shit their pants, and then there's Jerry Nadler. That's what I was going for, and I have lost my gallbladder, and I did a carnivore. So as somebody who has come very close to shitting their pants on multiple occasions, holy shit, Jerry Nadler. Come on, man. I don't know how you can gain or lose so much weight that your inseam stays the same, but your belt keeps rising. There are less comic book caricatures of the Penguin in comic books than there is Jerry Nadler. At some point, it's just going to be a choker. They're going to have to cut out the pockets, and he'll put his arms through them. Ari Fleischer, this one is the most irresponsible statements anyone can make. Everyone should hope for a vaccine as fast as possible. Yeah, Cuomo rejecting the vaccine because it was made under the Trump administration.
Boom, done.
You are literally trying to kill people. You want to be really fucked up is if we get the actual 100-year virus next year, and we've already killed off all our old people. Like we had the pandemic in 1920. We had the pandemic in 1819. Like if we get a pandemic next year, and it's nothing because we already killed all our elderly and.
Well, I mean, you have to look back to during the Obama administration. He had mad cow disease. He had swine flu. What else? He had a bunch of them. But
mad cow was under Bush.
Oh, my bad. Well,
but yeah, we had H1N1, and
yeah.
Jesus, that was poorly implemented and held. More people died than should have, but we're at a point where they're speculating 2.2 million dead, and we're at 200,000.
Yeah, but what was the one we were shitting our bricks at that they were in Mexico and they were finding a bunch of cases? Which one was that? No, it wasn't Zika, was it?
The hantavirus?
No, this happened under Obama. I'm almost positive.
I'll tell you what is actually scary, but it's not super scary. New York City Ebola.
That's what it was, Ebola. God damn it.
Oh, no. Ebola was nothing. Ebola is...
No, but we were shitting ourselves over nothing.
Yeah, Ebola... Well, I wasn't at the time.
Yeah.
I was a security guard. Ebola is incredibly... It's too efficient. Is actually what it is. As somebody who got coronavirus and ran around like a jackass because he didn't feel sick at all, I didn't run around like a jackass. I could have gone to a wedding and been a complete fucking spreader, super spreader. I didn't feel any of the effects of the spread. There is nothing like that in Ebola. Like step one of Ebola is like your cartilage turns to powder. So you're not a happy camper. But you're almost instantly not a happy camper. Now, in a place like New York City, where you there's a couple hours where you are contagious before you start getting the effects on you, and instantly, first thing, a super sweat. And if you happen to have like a super sweat in the summer in NYC, and you ride a train or a bus, and every person sitting in that spot after you is going to absorb it, that will be incredibly contagious. But it's so powerful that if you put everybody under lockdown for 5 days, Ebola's done. It kills you fast as fuck. Like,
Is
you
that
can't
what they
fly.
were expecting with coronavirus? That's why they put us in lockdown for 14 days?
No, that was supposed to be to stop the prevalence. It was 14 days to flatten the curve. What was supposed to happen is we had a finite number of resources to use in beds and respirators. And at no point did we ever exceed the number of beds or respirators we needed. We sent out the HMS Comfort and the Her Majesty's Secret Police fucking... We sent two hospital ships, one to East Coast, one to West Coast, and they weren't properly. Yeah, they didn't get used for shit. We turned Ford and other vehicle manufacturers into respirator machines, and we sent those into the world because we didn't need them. But the one thing we did do is we restocked our emergency supply that was run out by the Obama administration. They left us hurting, and we never did anything to separate it. So kudos. You know, we got that going for us. See, now, Graham says 25,000 nursing home residents in different nursing homes. That could have been his poorly worded attempt, or they could have flubbed the attempt to separate them from being like Hospitality Inc. is like owns a myriad of nursing homes. He might have actually been saying from different sources as opposed to just that one. So. Yeah, I'm not going to shit all over Lindsay because I'm currently liking him.
Well, again, I think it's just one of those things that there might not be anything to it. There might not be anything untoward. It's just one of those things you probably want to
All right,
look
come
at.
on, forget it. Give me some real card sandpaper.
Sandpaper?
Oh.
Sandpaper? Sandy vagina, I guess. I don't know.
What would be really great is if Trump won, and then all those people who because they already paid out the sporting odds for the election, so them to just absolutely lose their shit. Like you owe me $7 for the 6 cents I paid for the Trump vote.
All right, we about ready to get out of here?
Yeah, we are. We I got places to be. Just kidding.
Hey, you got people to talk to as soon as we get out of here.
Oh yeah, I
you
got Steven.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are you there,
Call
Steven?
fans.
Are you there,
Loyal
Steven? It's me,
listeners.
Margaret.
Yeah, come on, Margie, hop in. We'll tell you happy birthday in person.
I don't know about you, but I was in person when I wished her a happy birthday.
I was too, but she could be there.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
You gonna
Good
post
night,
the link
everybody.
or what?
Link's posted, but Steven likes to jump the gun and come in and
Slow. All right. Good night, everybody.
not everybody.